All right, this is Unit 7 of the Florida Real Estate Sales Associate practice set, and Unit 7 deals with federal and state laws pertaining to real estate. Let's dive in. Number 1, which law prohibits discrimination based on race in any real estate transaction without exception? Is it A, Public Housing Accommodations Act? Is it B, the Civil Rights Act of 1866? Is it C, blockbusting? Or is it D, Property Protection Act? Which law prohibits discrimination based on race in any real estate transaction without exception? The answer is B. The Civil Rights Act of 1866 prevented discrimination in real estate transactions. Number 2, which of the following acts restrict discrimination against race, color, religion, national origin to end racial discrimination in public accommodations? Is it A, the Civil Rights Act of 1866? Is it B, Discrimination Prohibition Act? Is it C, Civil Rights Act of 1964? Or is it D, Fair Human Rights Act? The answer is C. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 prevented discrimination against race, color, religion, and national origin in public accommodations. Number 3, which law prohibits discrimination against familial status, sex, disability, race, color, and religion? Is it A, the Civil Rights Act of 1866? Is it C, the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Is it C, Federal Housing Administration Act? Or is it D, the Fair Housing Act? Prohibits discrimination against familial status, sex, disability, race, color, and religion. The answer is D. The Fair Housing Act prohibits discrimination against familial status, sex, disability, race, color, and religion. Number 4, which of the following define housing for older people? Is it A, housing for people 62 years or older? Is it B, housing for people 67 years or older? Is it C, housing for people 69 years or older? Or is it D, housing for people 75 years or older? Which of the following define housing for older people? The answer is A. Housing for older people is people 62 years or older. Which of the following is exempt from the Fair Housing Act? Is it A, hotels, B, religious organizations, C, hospitals, or is it D, apartment complexes? Which of the following is exempt from the Fair Housing Act? The answer is B. Religious organizations may restrict dwelling to its members. However, they may not discriminate in accepting membership. Number 6. The Florida Fair Housing Act prohibits discrimination in all of these except: is it A, brokerage services, B, financing, C, sales or renting, or D, private clubs? The answer is D. Private clubs may restrict rental or occupancy of its units to its members. Number 7, which of the following prohibits discrimination against people with physical and mental disabilities? Is it A, New Construction Act, B, Americans with Disabilities Act, C, Americans with Disorders Act, D, New Disabilities Act of 1990? The answer is B. The Americans with Disabilities Act prohibits discrimination against people with physical and mental disabilities. Number 8. Which of the following law is intended to prevent fraudulent marketing schemes when land is sold without being seen by the purchaser? Which of the following law is intended to prevent fraudulent marketing schemes when land is sold without being seen by the purchaser? Is it A, Access to Public Accommodations Disclosure? Is it B, Interstate Land Sales Disclosure Act? Is it C, Property Report Disclosure Act? Is it D, the Home Inspection Report Act? The answer is B. The Interstate Land Sales Full Disclosure Act is intended to prevent fraudulent marketing schemes when land is sold without being seen by the purchaser. Number 9. Which of these is not a landlord's obligation to maintain premises? Is it A, extermination of rats, mice, roaches, and antwood destroying organisms? B, meeting building, housing health codes? C, provide garbage pickup? D, provide security? Which of these is not an obligation to maintain premises? The answer is D. Landlords are under no obligation to provide security services. Number 10. How many days does a landlord have to notify a tenant that they intend to retain their security deposit? Is it A, 45 days, B, 30 days, C, 15 days, or D, 7 days? The answer is B. A landlord who is making a claim to keep the tenant's security deposit has 30 days to notify the tenant. All right, guys, stay on your game and keep practicing.